Another group of the biomolecules that we're talking about are lipids. Now, lipids are a little less familiar. You know, you see I don't have any handy things to show you that are lipids. But I kind of call them sort of the odd sock drawer of the biomolecules, that they do have characteristics, but they are varied, a big variation in the group. So what characteristic draws them all together is the fact that they are all hydrophobic. And that just means that they are water-fearing. Hydrophobic means water-fearing. They do not dissolve in water. And so right away, if I said, okay, name something you know of that doesn't dissolve in water, you'd probably come up with oil. Oil and water don't mix. And so that's a good example. Oils, waxes, a group of compounds called sterols, vitamins, some of the vitamins, the fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, K, and E, and also fat, of course. So lipids have a wide variety of structures, and they come in different forms and things like that. They have a number of functions that are really important for biology. One being that they form a barrier between the watery interior of a cell and the watery exterior. So if there's water outside, water inside, how do we separate the two? And the fact is, you use a lipid barrier called a phospholipid bilayer, or a cell membrane. We can just call it a cell membrane at this point. They also are used as hormones, messengers within the body. And then another example is obviously excess energy storage as fat. And so fat is often how people see lipids and really recognize what they are. And so when you eat more calories than you burn, eventually your body says, oh, I need to hold on to these calories, and so you end up storing it in the form of fat within what's called adipose tissue. So this group is a little bit different in that the building blocks that we've been talking about in general doesn't really apply. It's not a monomer-polymer system here because they're so varied. So you can let go of that for now, and there's one human fat called triglyceride that we'll take a look at, and that does have components, but it's not sort of uniform monomers building a polymer. So all that in mind, you have some context for what lipids are, and go ahead and watch the lecture on lipids and see the differences between, say, saturated fats, which are not so good for you, not so healthy, and unsaturated fats, which are better. And that's one of the questions you should keep in mind as you watch the video. All right, go ahead and take care of that, and I'll talk to you later.